Hello everyone, this is Kahi, and today I'll be reviewing you my oldest original characters. So here's the backstory of how I made them, right? During my teenage year, right, I have made them in Robot Studio, and I've made like a tons of it, like very much a lot of them back in my teenage years. I think I made like somewhere around more than 100 characters. Mine is the one that has like this customizable outfit and a tournament outfit here and there. Then once Gacha Club came along and everyone almost everyone has been starting off with this Gacha Club thing going on. I decided to join it as well because I thought, well, hey, you know what? This is a very nice art. This is very cool. And so I transferred some of my few original characters in Gacha Club because I felt like it's convenient and it's easy to dress up. You know, you can have customizable colors, clothes, etc., etc. And then you know what? It was fun. And now finally, I transferred I transferred them again and made some new characters in Gacha Life 2. And keep in mind, I also made and went ahead to make these background characters and some other characters that are probably needed into the story. Yeah. Now what I'm about to show you is that I'll be showing you the core 5. Now these characters have been made back in World Studios up to Gacha Life 2. So anyways, here are the core 5. These characters include Abbie, Zeno, Alex, Emma, and Violet. So anyways, these characters have been important to me because I basically had them ever since my teenage years, and I felt like it's been fun while it lasted, and I was trying to like make them trying to like do fun stuff with them and then like pit crew, uh videos, voice claim, etc., etc. Just things that you would do in your OCs of typically of how you want it to be like, right? So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we got Alex. Now here are his description throughout the story, right? He's an average college student who's living the normal life, right? I would say that he's just a normal human being, living in the typical human life where like the humans are like free spirit, uh, wise and like they uh they help each other out throughout the species. And then one day, when Alex decided to come off with, doing his own job, taking out the trash, he discovered his special abilities. Now, what do you mean by special abilities, to be exact? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. He's basically a half human and half demon, right? And he first discovered them when he's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to become a superhero? Oh my goodness, I have super train. Let's go! And yeah. So his life become amazing. Yeah, he thinks that he's not human like anybody else. So what does it mean by that is that his life is amazing. Like for example, he can tolerate spicy food with no reaction. And I think it's kind of crazy that he can eat any spicy food with no reaction. I'm gonna get you to talk for those the people who said like no reaction and then all of a sudden they eat like fake stuff. Yeah, I'm looking at you. So yeah. Anyways, he's not only that he's helping out people with their lives, from danger, and he also thinks that he's not human like any other people. Because I say that most humans don't have any special abilities like him, like super strength, for instance. Yeah. And for Alex, I felt like he just wanting to be human again, but you know, to be loved, you got a win-lose situation. So yeah. And look at that, he transformed into demon form. So here are the skills and abilities. His abilities with his skills and abilities, strength power, like I mentioned before. Uh, he can show demon features depending on his emotion. Well, to be exact, he's different than any other demon that are like angry all the time. But for him, he's just an emotional demon. He's different from any other demon. And last one was firepower, obviously, because he can control fire, since he can tolerate any spicy food, right? I think that he can be able to control with his fiery power. Anyways, the goal and motives for him is self-discovery, right? So that's like I mentioned before. He can he's not like any other human, but he wants to discover himself more often because he just wanted to learn more about himself and how he was born and etc. Right? Now the flaws are is being stubborn. Yes, he can be rude, he can be selfish, but on the inside, he didn't mean those words at all, and he's basically like the crybaby of the group. Well, I don't know. I don't think he's a cry. I don't think. Well, there's Emma, but like, I feel like Alex can be emotional too as well, since he's not any other like those angry demons in their species. So yeah. But overall, I think Alex is a great kid too. Now here are his older design. Now for the Robot Studios one, I couldn't get the original design from the Roblox Studios one because they removed the pants. They basically removed the pants from Roblox, and I don't know how if it got I don't know how it got removed, but it did got removed, and it makes it look like he has no pants. He's basically half naked. But yeah, this is the closest that you can get for Robot Studios. And for Gacha Club, I think this is basically what he looked like in his older design in Gacha Club. Just basically the same format, right? But with different. But I felt like the uniform in his demon form is so different compared to like, his actual form right now. So yeah. Other than that, I say it's cool. Okay, next we got Zeno. Now here are his description. He's a runner who doesn't need anyone in his life. So basically he just he's basically a runner who has no friends because like I felt like when his friends treat him bad, like very very badly, he just becomes alone, right? And he became like he's like this depressed dude, and yeah. But he's discovering something weird in the human world, right? He discovered this shadowy figure that's been happening throughout this human world, and he felt like the human world has like broken the barrier, right? So yeah, and then he's just keeping an eye for his hometown for his safety, because I felt like that is his only home to that is the only home that he can have right now, because he doesn't want his homeland to be destroyed by the shadowy spirit, which I'll get to that story later on, like very very later. So yeah, and then here are all his skills and abilities. He holds a sai at all times. He can make shadow clones of himself, as you can see in the picture, and he has a shadowy teleportation, which means he can basically teleport like the Reaper from Overwatch. He can basically just teleport in a shadowy form. Now I don't know what Zeno's on, but all I know is that he's probably a hidden secret warrior, right? So yeah, his goal is a motive, being love again, because I feel like there's always a second chance to be love again. You know, uh, it's never too late to find love. So yeah, and as far as cool behaviors, now he may act so rude and so cruel, right? I felt like what's bothering him is that he doesn't want to repeat the same problems all over again, and he's trying to like avoid it as possible, right? So I felt like the reason why he acted like this is because of his cool actions towards himself. Not cool actions towards himself, but like I felt like he just doesn't want to feel pain all over again. So yeah, the painful feeling I meant. So, and here are his oldest design. His in the Wall Studios, it's just basically just like a short hair of himself. But in the Guts Club version, I made him have longer hair and a ponytail, because I felt like that is the coolest. This one is the coolest hair that I ever made. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's just put it into random little hair combination and see how it goes. And oh my gosh, that is so cool. Alright. So yeah. Next we got Emma. Now here are her description. She's a youthful woman who enjoys quality time. Now, what I mean by quality time, I meant by quality time as spending her time herself, spending with friends, and spending with a family, right? But she felt like she discovering something amazing to happening to her life, which means the heroes that help her made her feel excited because from the danger, and because of that, I felt like Emma wanted to become the role model, like the hero who has saved her, right? And I think that Emma could be wanted to become an influence to other people, and maybe herself, to become the heroes. And yeah, that's what made her change her life. Anyway, here are the skills and abilities. She holds a warhammer in the picture, as you can see. She handles thunder powers. Well, technically, I don't think she handles thunder powers, but she does have a device that handles thunder powers. So, yeah. And she has super enhanced high speed. Well, ever since she had thunder powers on her own, she can also do high speed, right? She can run very fast, And yeah. Her goals and motive is spreading kindness. even if something's bad and all that it is negativity, you just gotta ignore it and don't find the people that like spread spread anger, but you can read them be, and her spreading kindness makes a lot more sense to what her character is, cause I felt like it's her style, and she wanted to believe that everyone should have the youthful spirit in themselves, right? Now here are the flaws. She's too clingy, right? So what does that mean? Is that she doesn't want to feel abandoned. She doesn't want to feel left out. So basically, she's scared of missing out, right? But overall, Emma is an okay person, right? She's a engineering person, I say. Now here are the older design. Now in Robot Studios, I'm I made her have. I think in Robot Studios, I still kept the overalls and still kept the what the design is, right? Because I think that the for the Robot Studios and the Gacha Club designs, I felt like it's still the same, but except the hair is different, right? She doesn't have one of those antennas or hair tips. Yeah, hair tips in her on top of her hair. I felt like she still have this cat face, right? So yeah. Next we got Violet. Now here are her description. She's the princess of her royal family in the fairy species. Well, yeah, we have those in the fairy species, since there's different type of like fairies, but right now she's like this ice fairy. Okay, so anyways, she wanted to go outside from the world, but was told to not make contact with the humans. So basically, she wanted to feel what's it like to go outside into the real world, onto the fairy world, but the guardians told her to not make contact with the humans because they blame. I feel like the fairies blame the human for all this mess, and they think that the humans caused the shadowy void by themselves. So yeah, and then once after that, she ended up making contact with the human and ended up being friends with Emma. Well, hooray! She's friends with Emma, by the way. So yeah, she's like, I think Emma had her first friend in a while. So yeah. Now here are her skills and abilities. She got frozen ice powers. She's basically like, you know, controlling ice that's around her and can freeze with her hand. She has fireball wings, again made of ice. Well, I don't think it's made of ice, but like, yeah. But yeah, she has fireball sharp wings, and she can make snow out of her hands. She can basically like snowball you, and then yeah, make a snowman, etc., etc. But yeah, here are her goals and motive, giving second chances. Now, basically, I felt like it's almost the same as like Emma's, but different. She wants others to have second chances, even if this was an accident, then you're mad at somebody, but at the same time you feel guilty and you want to give like another chance to this person. So that's basically what it is. Now the flaws are she's anxious all the time. Well, not anxious all the time, but just sometimes, right? I felt like she wanted to do something but can't because she's not confident enough, and plus she needs time to grow as a person, and that's within her character development. And I feel like maybe she wanted to practice with somebody who's comfortable with it, and yeah. And here on the older design, I do have the outfit in this Wolf Steel, but I did made it, and I decided like, yeah, you know what? Let's just not do it. Let's just keep her uniform form. And I feel like this uniform is cool, but I don't think it's very royalty. It's more like rebellious, but who knows? And for the Gacha Club, I still think that the hair color is very good. It's just that for the Wall Studios one, it's just very cool. But I also think that Gacha Club can also do it, something like this. But I still think it's cool either way. So yeah. And finally, we got Abbie or Abigail, but for now, let's call her Abbie. She's a intelligent magician who's known for her magic. Yes, she's basically like the influencer in this story, and she's one of the heroes um who has saved many people's lives, right? So, but not only that, but like she's also a two-sided woman who's careful towards action, towards her fans and her acquaintance. So basically, she's very loving to her fans, and for she basically like appreciate the support and appreciate how they admire her. But to her acquaintance, I felt like her acquaintance is just yeah, she wanted to be careful with that, with her actions, because I don't think her acquaintance and her and Abbie didn't get along with each other. Well, sometimes they do, but like I felt like they don't get along with each other because I felt like she read books. She's antisocial, maybe she's antisocial, but who knows? And wait, I basically made the character. Oh my goodness! Gosh, it's been a long time. I forgot I made this character. So yeah, and and uh and okay. Anyways, and she's one of the best heroes that done their job right, right? So yeah. Although I do like this uniform. I do like this uniform that I made. It's very cool actually. And this is her magician form. It looks poor right now, but we'll get there. We'll get her old design later on and see how cool it is. But right now, this pyramid. Okay, basically, she okay. Basically, she holds a magic wand. She holds a magic wand at all costs. She teleports with her magical hat. So basically, it's like this. You go into a magical hat, and it opens for you. You go in, and then after that, it sends you to the void. And then once this magical hat's been thrown into the right spot, then you open up the magical hat, and it's like, BAM! You're there! Hooray! And then she can cast spell from a book. Like literally anything, well, almost anything that available in the book. She can cast spell and then go like bam, 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 bam. Yeah, powers. Now here are all the goals and motives. She's trying to hurt herself. Well, basically, she doesn't like the way she acts, but she wants to change the way she wanted to have. Like, even though her expectation can't be perfect, but hey, at least she's willing to change, and she's willing to change herself and wanting to have those happy mistakes happen, you know. In the falls, she can't be overwhelmed. Basically overworked from the hero stuff and my sister stuff. But yeah. I felt like with that dedication she doesn't, well, technically she hides it from her friends and acquaintance. But like, yeah, she basically doesn't show her true self, and she shows like stress to herself. Oh my god, I've been talking a lot. Hopefully this is the last one, and I think this is the last character that I talk to, right? That I talk about. Anyway, here are the oldest design. Now see, in the Robot Studios one, this one's so much better. So much better than the one I created just now. Like, oh my gosh. It's like, this Robot Studios amaze me still. And like, you know, it's just a peak design. Very great design, if I'm talking. Right? And then for the Guns Club, I didn't like the uniform because, like, it didn't seem too modest. And it looked like, that's completely a different uniform from another media. She basically doesn't look like a student nor a teacher, so yeah. And for that other picture where she's wearing a top hat, it's okay, but I felt like it's just a tip. I felt like it's more of a cute style rather than a serious style. So yeah, maybe one day I'll revisit her design and remake her design if I'm confident with my art style. That is. So yeah. Well, that's basically it from the core 5. Now here are the other 4 that I made. Which is, so the other 4 is Meryl, Henrik, Raphael, and Jenna. Now, I'm not going to go into description on and every skills and ability on what they can do, but I'll tell you in short of what they are. So Meryl, she's a mermaid, and she has this necklace to wear so that in case she has human feet and she can be able to walk, right? And I say she's she's great, yeah. Now Henrik, he's the healer. He's basically like the doctor of the group, and he's also Alex's friend, right? Or Alex's roommate, but he's also Alex's friend. So yeah, and he likes to help other people out. And last but not least, Raphael and Jenna. They're basically like the angel twins, right? I say that, well, even though these 2 characters are the last character that I made before anything else, I felt like the angel twins really ends off pretty well before anything else, right? Raphael is probably the oldest, while Jenna is the youngest sibling twin. So yeah, that's what I think. So yeah. Now, there's a story that you all been waiting for, which is I made it back in May 7th, 2024. And yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this, but like, you can just pause and read of what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I don't know why I made this, but like, I felt like maybe it's been done already. I don't know, to be honest. But yeah. With that being said, this is the end of the presentation. Uh, there's not much I can say, but for the core 5 and the other 4, I'm happy that I made those characters, right? But I feel like these characters are taking a hiatus, you know? Maybe one day I'll reuse them, use them and then just put them into art. But for now, I'm just gonna leave them be. Having a nice rest. So, anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for uh listening to this presentation and watching me yap with my OCs. So yeah, I'm Kahi, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.